This week's shooting in Florida, which claimed the lives of 17 students and staff, is bringing gun laws surrounding mental health back into the national spotlight. While President Trump is asking lawmakers to tackle the difficult issue of mental health, many are asking how a 19-year-old whose lawyers say has been enduring mental illness his entire life could purchase an assault-style rifle. New on Nightside, our Kyle Simchuk is looking into that question. He's in the studio. And Kyle, mental illness among individuals can be difficult for the FBI to track.
Well, yeah, Aaron, a person can be entered into a database which excludes them from buying or possessing a gun due to mental illness under two conditions. That is, if they've been involuntarily committed to a mental hospital or if a court declares them mentally incompetent. Now, the problem is that not all states are voluntarily reporting that information.
Federal law requires licensed gun dealers to screen potential buyers through the FBI's National Instant Criminal Background Check system. It only takes about 90 seconds and can flag convicted felons and people with a history of mental illness. But once again, not all states require a mental health background check for a firearm purchase.
Mr. Speaker, can you tell us when the House may muster the courage to take up the issue of gun violence?
According to Giffords Law Center, a major loophole is that some states' unlicensed sellers are not required to screen buyers. Washington, however, does. Nationally, a 2017 study estimated that 42% of U.S. gun owners acquired their most recent firearm without a background check.
We are committed to working with state and local leaders to help secure our schools and tackle the difficult issue of mental health.
While the president hasn't said what that would look like, his 2019 budget proposal would include $8.6 billion for the Department of Veterans Affairs, supporting at-risk veterans with mental health problems. However, the budget would also slash $500 million in funding from the National Institute of Mental Health, which says mental health is a problem that affects nearly 1 in 5 adults in the U.S. That's around 43.8 million in any given year. Only 3 to 5% of violent acts are caused by people with a serious mental illness, and they're actually 10 times more likely to be victims of violent crime than the general population.
And this week, Spokane City Council President Ben Stuckert announced on Facebook that he is working on an ordinance to increase taxes on gun sales, using that money to fund more mental health services in the city. Aaron?
Thank you, Kyle.